This is Dr. C.L. Patil, CLP Lit Academy, Associate Professor, Department of English, CCAP Degree College, Vijaypur. Today I am going to discuss a poem, the Sonnet Ballad by Gwendolyn Brooks. Gwendolyn Brooks was an African-American poet. Her literature often dealt with the struggles of common people in her community, particularly the blacks. She won many awards for her literary contributions. She was the first black author to receive Pulitzer Prize for her work. Annie Ellen, a long poem about the title character, and speaks about the impact of the Second World War, particularly on the black families in America who suffered economically. The present poem, Sonnet Ballad by Gwendolyn Brooks, is slightly a blend of ballad and a sonnet. It is in the style of Shakespearean sonnet because it has 14 lines divided into 3 quatrains and a couplet. As it tells the story of a young woman and the loss of her lover in the war, it also has the elements of ballad. Therefore, it is a sonnet ballad. This form of poem was invented by Brooks, who combined the form of sonnet and the traditional ballad. In other words, this poem fully comprehends the aspect of sonnet and then the ballad in its heart-wrenching story of love and loss. Unlike many poems, the meaning of this poem lies primarily on the surface. Now I shall read the poem once and then we shall go with explanation quatrain wise. The Sonnet Ballad. Oh mother, mother, where is happiness? They took my lover's tallness off to war, left me lamenting. Now I cannot guess what I can use an empty heart cup for. He won't be coming back here anymore. Someday the war will end. But oh, I knew when he went walking grandly out that door that my sweet love would have to be untrue. Would have to be untrue, would have to court coquettish death, whose impudent and strange possessive arms and beauty of a sort can make a hard man hesitate and change, and he will be the one to stammer, yes. Oh mother, mother, where is happiness? We shall go with explanation quatrain wise. When we look into the poem in general, we come to know that the theme of the poem is about war and loss, for it is talking about how they took this young woman's lover away to war and then expressed their grief on his death, saying that they lost someone they had loved and admired. The mood of the poem is grief, discontent, and emptiness. The first stanza goes like this. Oh mother, mother, where is happiness? They took my lover's tallness off to war, left me lamenting. Now I cannot guess what I can use an empty hard cup for. When we look into the first quatrain, the speaker, who is a young woman, is sorrowful. Why? Because her lover has gone off to war. She complains to her mother, first asking, "Mother, mother, where is happiness?" Then she says, there is a repetition of the word mother, which gives a sense of pleading and not just asking. And then adding, she says, "They took my lover's tallness off to war." This adds a sense of tragedy, as it implies that the lover is in helpless condition. The young woman stresses on her lover's physical appearance. His tallness reveals that she thinks his personality was the primary reason that they took him to war, and it also discloses her own strong attraction to his personality. She admits his going to war has left her lamenting. She does not know how she will fill her empty heart cup. She obviously pities herself, perhaps even more than she does her lover. She describes her heart as an empty heart cup, creating an image that her heart has been exhausted and is now empty. Let us go to second quatrain. "He won't be coming back here anymore. Someday the war will end. But oh, I knew when he went walking grandly out that door that my sweet love would have to be untrue." The young woman is confident that her lover will die in the war and will never return alive. Even though the war will end sooner or later, she strongly believes that he has left her permanently. She remarked that as he was walking grandly out the door, she knew he would have to be untrue. In other words, the woman is obviously saddened over the death of her lover. And so she asked her mother that impossible question, "Mother, mother, where is happiness?" Walking grandly of the man establishes the possibility of a certain honor that the man might have regarding his action. In the third quatrain, "Would have to be untrue, would have to court coquettish death, whose impudent and strange possessive arms and beauty of a sort can make a hard man hesitate and change." The young woman associates the man's possible death to a kind of betrayal, with whom he will be unfaithful to the speaker. Thus she repeats the line, "would have to be untrue." The poet introduces the gripping and unexpected simile of death being another woman to whom the speaker's love is drawn. In other words, the repetition of the phrase suggests the impending death to be both a betrayal and a result of destiny. The poet personifies death as if it were a person. For example, when she expresses court coquettish death, which is depicting the death as a characteristic of a living thing, which would mean to be behaving in such a way that is mischievous and flirting. The young woman declares that Mistress Death has a strange power with the possessive arms and beauty that causes men to change, even hard men. She believes that the man's love is being seduced away from his lady love by the beauty of the worm. Its arms pull him in, and he is infatuated with its coquettish death. The thrill of the battle and near-death experiences are essentially war's way of flirting with men and appearing gloriously sexy. Whatever it may be, she is confident that she loses him either way. When we come to the final couplet of the poem, and he will be the one to stammer, yes, oh mother, mother, where is happiness? In the final couplet, the young woman in search of happiness says that his coquettish death has such a power over men that she is sure her lover will be the one to stammer and say yes to death's advance. The young woman has devoted so much emotional treasure in her lover that she feels she cannot find happiness without him. The last line is used as a refrain, a poetic device to emphasize her state of mind. In a state of depression, she laments over with the same question she began it. Oh mother, mother, where is happiness? Brooks' sonnet innovates and produces a different rhyme scheme as AB, BC, BC, DE, DE, and the last couplet AA. We can say that each line in the poem contains the required 10 syllables, but Brooks' meter varies a little from the traditional iambic pentameter of the Shakespearean sonnet.